Am I the a-hole for not attending my graduation party and telling everyone why when they ask? My family has not celebrated anything to do with me since I was 12 years old. My dad and his new wife had a baby that year, and I was kind of forgotten about. I would get birthday presents and such, but no party or anything. I got used to it and started a tradition of celebrating with my friends. We would go see movies or whatever. One of my friend's mom found out and started making me a cake every year for my birthday. When I graduated from high school, I had saved up enough money to go on a week-long vacation in New York with my best friend and her mom to see Hades Down. I just finished university, and I am starting my new job right away. I guess my dad had planned a big party for me as a surprise, but I didn't show up because I went out with my friends instead. When my family started asking me why I didn't show up after my father had gone through all the effort for me, I explained that he hadn't celebrated anything of mine in 10 years, and I didn't know he had planned to do so this time. He told everyone I was lying, so I asked him to post any pictures he had for my birthday parties, extracurricular activities, or high school graduation. He obviously couldn't, and everyone started crapping on him. Now he is mad for talking about private family matters. I'm just going to go over there and pick up the few things I have left in that house and just move to my new city without dealing with this anymore. Am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. How dare you tell the truth about me being a horrible parent? Really? People always call them private family matters when they know their behavior is indefensible. Absolutely. Notice how this one celebration of Opie in 10 years was a public event? He wanted all the pats on the back and the "what a great dad" comments. But all the neglect of Opie for the previous 10 years has to remain private family business. This guy is a vibrant shade of bellend and deserves his family and friends to see it. My dad pulled some low-key similar crap when I got married. We had hardly spoken in 9 years, and he sends his newest wife, who I hardly know, to ask me if they can do something for me. Nah, bruh. You haven't even acknowledged my existence in years. You don't get to bask in this life experience. I ended up dogging his parenting online at one point, and one of my cousins came to his rescue trying to call me a narcissist and telling me off for saying negative things about my dad/his family publicly. It's all abusive behavior, and Opie seems to be aware. Get your stuff and go, friend. Seems like you've already found at least some of your chosen family, and that's incredible. Keep those who value you close. Yeah, moving out and going no contact over one party sounds petty, but it's not about one party. These are years of neglect. I assume it wasn't just missed celebrations, but also smaller everyday things that Opie didn't write down, or were so common that they didn't register at all. Info, how did he expect you to just show up? Had he invited you over at all and planned to surprise you, or was he just expecting you to drop by? Did you agree to come over and then just not show up? Something's missing here. He had asked me to be home for dinner that night. Not a-hole. So you didn't turn up for a party you weren't aware of? That's not on you or your father. It's a mistake. The fact you didn't even expect it due to past behavior, doubly not on you. And your father should have tried to ensure you were there, or maybe not planned a surprise for one. However, your father then lying about the past and getting called on it, that's now him causing problems and reaping the consequences. Of course he's mad. People now know about his past behavior. Here's the thing. A bigger person would have never lied about the past, but instead apologized for missing past celebrations and saying they understand why you didn't expect something this time. Then, if they were extra sorry, would have rescheduled with you. Instead, he is acting like you were mean to him. I disagree with the part about the father not getting the guest of honor to the surprise party not being on the father's list of problems. It is the person throwing the surprise party's duty to get the guest of honor there. Next story. Would I be the a-hole if I skipped my sister's wedding? I, 23 male, am one of 7 kids. There's Lydia, 31 female, Josh, 28 male, Leo, 25 male, me, then Aaron, 21 female, Nadia, 18 female, and a surprise child, Lexi, 4 female. With that many siblings, it's easy to get lost in the crowd. Some of us have our positions, so to speak. Lydia's the oldest. Lexi's the baby. I have a kid. Yes, that's my descriptor. Opie gave us a grandchild. Erin is the golden child. She was the last planned child, the one supposed to tie up our family. She was born premature. so I understand that my parents cuddled her to an extent. But it's more than that now. Erin's getting married and recently told us that she's brought the date forward due to a cancellation. No big deal, it just means they're getting married sooner. But the new date lands on the date of Nadia's high school graduation. Erin was sympathetic but said she's already committed to the date, and they've printed the invitations. My parents normally go overboard on our high school grads, but they said that they just have to miss Nadia's. We were all sympathetic, but it wasn't intentional. Or so I thought. The Nadia later told me and Leo that she was there when Erin got a call about the cancellation and told Erin that she was graduating that day. Erin just laughed and accepted the dates anyway. This, as much as I hate to admit, sounds like a very Erin thing to do. She booked her engagement party for the night of Nadia's 18th birthday. Luckily, she wasn't celebrating until the weekend. She even announced her engagement at my oldest sister's wedding anniversary. Everything is about her. So I confronted Erin about this and she said that Nadia's high school graduation didn't matter. She wanted to get married to the love of her life sooner, and our family had been to plenty of high school graduations at this point anyway. She said something like, "We still have Lexi." But here's what gets me the most. Nadia's been looking forward to this for so long. She's watched all of us graduate and have these huge celebrations thrown by our parents. So I asked Nadia what she wanted, and she said she wanted to have her day. So I told my family that me and Nadia won't be attending the wedding. Leo has also dropped out. Everyone's angry. Erin's furious. And I didn't make it better by telling her that I could watch our other siblings get married, since it's all the same in her eyes. Mom's trying to convince me to come to the wedding because graduation isn't as important. But I feel like if I don't do this, then it sets a precedent in Nadia's life that she's always going to mean less than Erin. I've had messages calling me an a-hole, an idiot, etc. They're telling me to step up and be a good brother. But that's what I'm doing. My son is supposed to be a ring bearer, but with how my family is reacting, I'm considering pulling him out of the wedding too. My dad just told Nadia I'll take her to dinner after the wedding. And now Nadia is currently staying with me because mom won't stop cornering her. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Erin tried to make her little sister's graduation all about her. And you are being a good big brother and standing up for Nadia. Also, I am extra petty, but I would pull your son out of the wedding in solidarity for Nadia. By the way, I could watch our other siblings get married since it's all the same in her eyes. Boom! The last part was golden. It's always good when you use the selfish people's own logic against them. Not a-hole, Opie. Pull out your son. If you want to be even more petty, make him some kind of bearer for Nadia's graduation. Continue being a good brother. He could be Nadia's cap bearer and make sure her tassel is in the proper place and unknotted all the way. Make a whole ceremony of making sure Auntie's completely ready to walk for her diploma, and it would be the cutest thing ever, especially if he and Opie are both dressed in formal clothes. Not a-hole at all, and I would have done the same as you. What Erin and your folks don't seem to get is, when they say graduation is less important, that's not what Nadia hears. She hears Nadia is less important. And Erin certainly has a history of treating her that way. Good for you for trying to help Nadia feel like she matters too. Erin already had her engagement party on Nadia's birthday too, and announced her engagement at the other sister's wedding. She must just hate her sisters. She's so self-centered. It's very clear she hates her sisters. I would ruin her wedding. That's how petty I am. Lol. Not a-hole. Please don't be petty. The following things would be petty, which I don't recommend doing. Pull your son last minute from the wedding. Show up to the reception with Nadia in her graduation robe. Make a speech congratulating Erin on the wedding and then shift it to Nadia for being such a good sport. Nadia, thank you. Thank you for sacrificing your special day for the sake of Erin. I know we usually throw huge celebrations for graduation, but you knew, or I guess we're told, how special this day was for Erin. Keep asking Erin and your mom if you can make use their reception as a party for Nadia as well. Use your son as leverage. Book a performer, mariachi, to come and play a song congratulating Nadia, and then leave without acknowledging the wedding. There is so much trouble you can cause at the reception. Haha. Next story. Am I the a-hole because I threatened to send my stepmother to jail? As background information, my parents have been divorced for over 10 years and me, male 21, and my siblings, female 24 and male 19, met my father's new girlfriend about 4 years ago. Our not yet stepmother always had a certain dislike towards us, and we didn't like her either. She always subtly implied that she doesn't like us, and we have often tried to tell this to our father. But he is the quiet type. He never gets involved and believes that we should feel educated by her. I moved out a year ago. Now, I have learned that my father and his girlfriend are planning to get married. Her idea. Even though our family has never been financially well off, my stepmother wants to have a big celebration. Now, here's the problem. She is demanding financial support from all of us children for the celebration, because we are a family too. My sister, 24, is kind-hearted and even offered to help voluntarily. But my brother, 19, and I were super annoyed. When I refused to give her a single buck and suggested that she should just make the celebration smaller, she flipped out, and we had a heated argument. After that, we didn't have any contact for a few days, until I suddenly received a notification that a certain amount of money was missing from my bank account. It turned out that my crazy stepmother had her hands in our accounts. Since I had a good relationship with my father, he had access to one account, which money she simply took. It wasn't a significant amount, but when she refused to return the money, I threatened to report her to the police for theft. Now, all the relatives think that I want to prevent the wedding, and they say, "Don't make such a fuss, family's more important than money, blah blah." But I'm angry and waiting to see if she returns it or if I actually go through with it. Am I the a-hole? Now for the comments. Not the a-hole. What the heck is this business about how kids are supposed to financially support a wedding for people presumably in their 40s or 50s? Advice. 1. Withdraw the remaining funds from the account and close it. Now. Same for your siblings, if your father's name is on any of their accounts. 2. Open a new account and deposit the funds there, with only your name on it. 3. Get the police involved, but not just for her. Your father participated in stealing the funds from you, so he's just as guilty. 4. Ignore what the relatives are saying. This. I would in writing tell father and stepmom that they have an hour to deliver money to you in person or put it back into account or you are going to the police. Not a-hole. Not a-hole. Call your bank immediately and have your father removed from your account and tell them what happened. Whether or not you take legal action, you absolutely need to change all of your passwords and account access on literally anything you have. If you ever logged into an account of any kind at your dad's house, you need to change those passwords. Tell your dad that you are officially removing him from anything he has access to that is yours, as his fiancé has crossed boundaries that you're not willing to compromise on. Don't cave on this. She is helping herself to your money, and it definitely won't be the last time. They're not even married yet, and she's expecting you to pay her way? The fact that she thinks a 19-year-old and 21-year-old have money to spare is unhinged. Adding to this, OP, you should check and lock down your credit. If she's willing to steal from you this way, she may well try to steal from you in other ways as well, if she hasn't already. Your stepmother is nothing more than a thief, not a hole. Adding to that, in case OP never heard of locking credit. OP, you can reach out to the 3 big credit report sites and lock your credit. This prevents her from getting loans or credit cards in your name, which are probably her next step. Thank you so much. I will check it. Have you done a background check on this woman? I would not be surprised if she has a history. If the theft doesn't deter your father, a lengthy history of bad behavior may make some impression on him. I haven't found a history, but it will all be revealed soon enough. Last story. Am I the a-hole for wanting my graduation dinner to be about me and not about my impressive sister? I am going to graduate high school, so we are celebrating early since my family's down for my sister's college graduation. I've always felt my sister is better than me at basically everything. I got by with B while she was a straight A student, and so on. No one says it, but I know they prefer her to me. My aunt is not an easy person to impress at all, as she was a lot of firsts in the family. We were at dinner, and my aunt started to ask about my sister's job she got out of college. The whole rest of dinner was talking about my sister, what she's gonna do, and so on. It might as well have been a celebration for her. Then my uncle asked me about if I'm going to college, and I snapped at him saying why it doesn't matter. This dinner is about my sister, not me. The table got quiet and my mother told me to apologize, but I refused. We got home, and I got in an argument with my family who think I was being a jerk. Edit: my sister has her own party after a week. That's why I thought my graduation party would be about me. You're the a-hole. Your uncle was trying to make sure your accomplishments were being recognized too, and you snapped at him. You feel insecure. That's no one else's problems but yours. Agreed. I can understand why you felt like you were being swept under the rug, but it sounds like your uncle was trying to adjust the spotlight back to you. He did not deserve to be snapped at. It's everyone sucks here except the uncle. How are the others not being a-holes? A lot of y'all are clearly missing how the conversation went on, led by the aunt. Why in the hell would it be okay for praises to be sung constantly for someone whose celebration is not even for? It would be like cooing and giving all the attention to a pregnant woman or freshly engaged woman at someone else's wedding. This was not the time or place for a million praises to be given to anyone except OP. 1 or 2 comments is one thing, but damn, OP is 100% still being overshadowed at her own celebration. Hell, I don't even think it's an everyone sucks scenario. She was voicing her pain at being overshadowed. I'm going to assume the uncle knows that, as he was the one trying to bring the focus back on her. But you know the phrase, too little too late. I feel like she was just voicing her pain, not yelling at the uncle specifically. Poor thing, she should have had one day where it is about her. It was her graduation party after all. Everyone sucks here. Everyone except your uncle. You shouldn't have yelled at him. He was just trying to help. Although I do think you're the least a-hole-ish out of all the a-holes here. Everyone else could have let the spotlight be on you for once. This OP snapping was due to everyone else at the table creating that resentment in OP. Uncle did nothing wrong but got caught up in a crossfire. Honestly, I kind of think OP's still not an a-hole, though needs to give Uncle an apology. Him trying to make it about OP makes me think he probably understands. While this sub is never afraid to be hypocritical, I think we've let enough people by with a "I get why you exploded, don't do it again though," to try to throw this 18-year-old under the bus.